Hi, welcome. I originally wanted to do this video because I'm running an event next week and I wanted to share a little information about it. And then I thought it was a really lovely opportunity to just share a little around what's happening astrologically at the moment and how we can work with these energies. So just as you're listening to this, I invite you to just become aware of the sensation of breath coming in and out through your nose. And just notice the silence beneath my words and in between my words and the silence that's around you. I know I speak a lot about this silence, but it really is the ground from which all is manifested from. And the more we can connect back to this stillness and this silence that's always there, that's ever present underneath the noise of the mind, and the more we can really start to connect to this very deep peace that's within us, this kind of grace that's always been there. We've just been so distracted and overshadowed by the mind that we've just lost touch with it. We've forgot. So I kind of speak about this because this time of year can also be our most busy. It can be our most dynamic with the festive season. Can sometimes be the hardest as well in relation to family and things like that. So it can be really potent to start to connect back to this stillness at this time. And if you look around in nature, it's her most quiet time. It's a time for introspection and hibernation, which can be quite a contrast to the busyness of Christmas. So I invite you this month to, when you can, really start to notice this stillness and silence of winter. Beautiful stillness. And the more we turn our attention to the stillness, naturally the mind starts to quiet. And we also start to find this kind of deep security and groundedness, because we know that no matter what's happening on the surface, that this stillness will always be there. And we're also coming up to 2020. We're right now in a portal between 11/11 and 12/12. And portals are really beautiful times for healing and miracles and transformation and opportunities for us to really reflect and release all we want to let go of, anything that's no longer serving us, mental patterns, disputes, difficulties, challenges, all of it. It's a really beautiful time to really start to let these go, especially before we move into 2020, which is going to be a very powerful year. It's the beginning of a whole new cycle. And so we're being really gifted this opportunity at this time to release these things before we move into a new cycle and really start to set our intentions with what we want to manifest or achieve in the coming years. And so this is also what my event is next week. It's going to be called An Evening of Being, and it's just an opportunity. It lies on one of the last full moons of the year, and the full moon is a time to release and let go of the past, and a time just to really drop into this ever-present being beneath the mind and beneath the busyness of what might be going on around you, with Christmas and everything, and trying to get everything ready, and just a chance to connect to this kind of stillness beyond the mind, and also the stillness of winter. This kind of time of being where we're really being invited to come back into ourselves, into our hearts, into our being, before we start to move out into the light. Winter solstice is a time where the marks a kind of beginning, when the light starts to come in slowly, the starts to kind of come back into our world. So we're really gifted this time, and it's a good opportunity to take any time you can, whether it's an event I might do or something else, but just a space that you can really connect to that being. And I feel in myself, for me personally, it's also always helped me in the past to connect to that ground before moving into Christmas, which can stir up stuff if you're with family, or also elections. Like, there's a lot happening on our surface reality right now, and it's good for us to kind of take these moments and opportunities to gather or to do on your own and really check in with and connect back to this space of being. Anyway, I have to go now, but I'm sending you infinite love, and if you're interested in the event Evening of Being, it's on Eridge Park, Tunbridge Wells, where I hold my retreats, and I'll put some information below. But have a beautiful winter solstice, winter everything, and Christmas. Okay, lots of love.